and welcome to your channel Let's Learn।
और मैं आपकी फ्रेंड आपकी सिस्टर कविता
आज वही वीडियो लेकर आई हूँ जिसका मैंने पिछले वीडियो में प्रॉमिस किया था।
I can't believe I did this. I can't believe I did this. I can't.
तो आज हम पढ़ने वाले हैं काइंड्स ऑफ सेंटेंसेस। तो देखिए फ्रेंड्स, देयर आर 4 काइंड्स ऑफ सेंटेंसेस। नंबर 1 assertive or declarative sentence, number 2 is interrogative sentence, number 3 is exclamatory sentence, and number 4 is imperative sentence. So what is an assertive sentence?
What does that even mean? Like, why don't you tell? I mean, what?
I like sweets. I do not like sweets. So what do you think? ये किस टाइप का सेंटेंस होगा? ये एक assertive या फिर declarative सेंटेंस है। तो एक assertive और declarative सेंटेंस क्या होता है? ऐसे वाक्य जो कि कथन होते हैं, ठीक है, जो कि कुछ कहते हैं, जो किसी ने कहा है। A sentence that can be called a statement, उसे हम कहते हैं assertive और declarative sentence। तो definition note down कर लो। A sentence that makes a statement. For example, I like mangoes. ये एक तरीके का स्टेटमेंट है, ये मैंने कहा I like mangoes। तो अब assertive या फिर declarative sentence दो टाइप के होते हैं, affirmative and negative. What is affirmative? The positive sentence. And what is negative? The negative sentence, जिसमें not लगता है। For example, I play football. This is an affirmative sentence. Number 2, I do not eat vegetables. This is a negative sentence, negative assertive sentence. Why? Because here we have used the word not.
Oh, okay.
Moving on to our next kind of sentence. Have you subscribed channel? What do you think? What is this kind of sentence? This is an interrogative sentence. Why? Because we are asking a question in this sentence. So note down the definition. A sentence that asks a question is called an interrogative sentence. One thing to note in interrogative sentences that interrogative sentences also have positive and negative sentences. For example, does Ravi watch a TV serial? This is the example of a positive interrogative sentence. Number 2 example is, have I not told you to complete your homework? This is a negative interrogative sentence. Why? Because we have used the word not here. So understand this, that in whichever sentence we will use not and some negative kinds of words like do not, does not. Okay, so these kinds of sentences will always be negative sentences. Moving on to our next kind of sentence.
2,000 years later.
Wow, what a beautiful dress. Hooray, India won the match. What do you think these kinds of sentences are? Exactly, इस टाइप के sentences होते हैं exclamatory sentences. Note down the definition. A sentence that expresses a sudden and some strong feelings of mind are called exclamatory sentences. For example, hooray, India won the match. Bravo, you did it. Now my friends, note one thing here, that exclamatory sentences also has one more part, and that is called optative sentences. Now what are optative sentences? Optative sentences are those sentences that express a curse, wish, blessings and prayer. For example, if I were a bird,
I wish I were a bird.
had I been there, may God bless you. तो इन टाइप के सेंटेंसेस में हम अपनी उस तरह की फीलिंग्स को एक्सप्रेस करते हैं, जैसे कि काश मैं ये होता, काश मैं एक चिड़िया होती, काश मैं तुम्हारी जगह होता, ठीक है, काश वाली चीज़ें। Note one thing in these kinds of sentences, that these kinds of sentences begin with if, had, may I will advise you to subscribe my channel. What do you think these kinds of sentences are? I'm not asking for any like or subscription. I'm just giving examples.
I want to reach 1 million likes. So please, okay, thank.
These types of sentences are imperative sentences. So note down the definition. What are imperative sentences? Imperative sentences are those sentences that express an order, a command, a suggestion, an urge, an advice, or forbiddance, etc. Note one thing in imperative sentences, that these kinds of sentences always begin with either let or the main verb. ओके इस टाइप के सेंटेंसेस लेट से शुरू होते हैं या फिर मेन वर्ब से शुरू होते हैं. वी विल कवर दीज टॉपिक्स, मेन वर्ब्स, प्रिंसिपल वर्ब्स, ऑक्सिलरी वर्ब्स, in our further videos. So let's discuss some examples of imperative sentences. Help me. This is an urge. We are expressing the expression of urge. Please stay silent. Here in this sentence we have used the expression request. Take medicines in time. In this sentence we have used the expression advice. So now my students know what are the kinds of sentences. I want to tell you one thing, that further we will also make videos on another kinds of sentences that are simple, compound and complex. Those kinds of sentences are based on synthesis. Synthesis means joining and splitting. So joining और splitting के basis पे sentences के 3 types होते हैं, simple, compound and complex. We will study those topics later. So for now, please subscribe to my channel, like and share and press the bell icon so that whenever I bring something new, you get notified first. Let's move on to our favorite part, that is new words.
This is exactly what I've been waiting for. This is exactly, I don't mean to sound like Cat Williams, but this is exactly what I've been waiting for.
Word number 1. Assassination. That means to murder, often for political reasons. So a general murder is called a murder when you are killing someone, some common person. But when you are killing suppose a minister or someone who is very much famous, then we will use this word assassination. Okay, for example, our former Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi was assassinated. Word number 2. Acknowledge. This meaning is to admit or accept that something is true or it exists. For example, I acknowledge your talent. वीडियो पसंद आया तो लाइक, सब्सक्राइब.
So please,
बेल आइकन so that whenever I bring something new you get notified first. और हम मिलते हैं अपने नेक्स्ट वीडियो में, जहाँ पर मैं लेकर आने वाली हूँ फिर से कुछ नया और इंटरेस्टिंग. तो बने रहना and meet you in my next video.